the moment. Why not?
Yeah,
you know.
fine. All right.
You give it to me.
I'll allow you to have this one.
Okay, that makes perfect
This
sense.
game's gonna end pretty quickly, though.
Yeah. So, one thing that, of course, guys, we're still very social with you all on, you know, on Reddit, on Twitter, you know, Facebook, our Battlefield, all that stuff. By the way, Alpha 10 just crushing it, 24-4.
I've seen a lot of this during Obliteration. Is anyone that's in the attack boat has really been dominating. Earlier today, we had some YouTubers that were playing there on the other side there. Of course, if you don't know, we've got 2 64-player sessions going on. One of which, the booth that we're currently in, or the side of the area that we're in, has 64 players plus 2 commanders. We're playing 32 versus 32 Conquest. On the other side, which we're following right now, there's 16 versus 16. 2 sets of these sessions going on, one of which had YouTubers that were actually playing, and they were dominating. We're talking 30-1 is how they finished because they were utilizing the attack mode. Just again, just talking about how effective the water play is now. Yeah,
I mean, naval combat was like a big focus for DICE. They wanted to really bring shine a positive light on that. There you can see the game had ended. We hopped in a little bit later, but of course.
The defibrillators work. Again, you can shock your enemy. You can take them down by using the defibs. But also, one of the things to note, so there is the capability of running around and reviving your teammates. If you do a quick revive, meaning that you do not take the time to charge your paddles, it will basically bring them back with low health. And so at that point, they can be taken out pretty quickly. If you go longer and you charge as much as possible, I don't know the exact duration, it really hasn't been set yet, but if you charge for a longer duration and then try to go for the hill or the revive, they'll come back with fuller health. I don't know if it's 100% or not either. So again, these are just things to kind of consider. Just think about it in terms of if you do a quick revive, they'll come back to life, but it'll come back with low health. If you charge up your paddles before you go for the revive, then they'll come back with fuller health. Also, the last thing to note here about any type of revive, you can accept or deny a revive. So if you don't want to get taken down again, which happens a lot, then you can basically deny the revive and just go into redeploy.
Yeah, so cool stuff there. You know, I know the guys that don't revive me, bro, are going to be happy about that. You know? So yeah, that is some cool stuff there indeed. And once again, guys, we will cover that again in case you guys didn't hear it. But for the time being, we are following Bravo. I'm looking at Bravo 5 with that FAMAS gameplay. Who are you looking at?
There we go. Now we're back over here. You can see this. This is the PLA digital that we have right here. You can see on the attack. All right. Wow, I apologize.
And
Little bird. But he's got the bomb. I mean, he's following his objective right now.
He is doing the objective.
Of course, so he will get that bomb planted.
Oh, okay. So here was the thing that I loved, right? So when I was speaking with Lars, we were talking about how the squad spawning works, the purpose of it, and everything like that. And then you get that notification when you're the last guy in the squad. And I was in the middle of a crazy battle, man. Like I was actually fighting for the battle pickup, the SPAS 12 that battle pickup that they have there on the island, one of the islands here in Paracel Storm. And I saw that indicator that said last man standing. And I was like, whoop, I gotta run away and I gotta stay alive. And then my teammates spawned on me and we were able to win the island. So it was like a really cool thing where I kind of like heard Lars in my head. He's like, you must stay alive. And I was like, oh, yes, I must stay alive. And I ended up, you know, really doing well there. So I've been digging the engineers so much. Like I've been playing a lot of support, and for any of the support guys out there, I salute you. Support gameplay is awesome. This guy's about to...
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
So those of you that know exactly what's happening right now, you can see he's got the C4. And let's see what he can do. He's got the Jihad ATV.
Oh, my Lord, that is not...
We'll see if it's effective here.
Yeah, we'll see.
He spotted one. Now he's going to go ahead and drop it in there. Boom! And looks like he did. He picked up 2.
What?
Alpha 11 and Alpha 1 both go down. So
that was sick.
So we have finally got to see our first Jihad ATV.
That is just only... And then you called it. the way you're calling it just cracks me up. Oh, man, that is so sick. That was awesome to watch, for sure. That was cool. So yeah, guys, of course, don't be afraid. Continue to send your questions. We will always look to have an answer for you guys. Let me see here. We had a couple of people asking us about battle packs as well. You know, we talked about battle packs. We even had Lars talk about battle packs as well. You know, there's a lot of information on that. Make sure you guys go ahead and check out that rebroadcast. And you saw that dude trying to go for that defib. So one thing I'm curious about, though, and I do hope we can find out, is if I attack someone with the defib, right, is that going to, like, if I have to charge it to get the kill, or if it's just if I you understand what I'm saying?
You're going for the quick attack or not.
Or is it like a 25 health hit, or is it a full hit if you hit him with the defib? I'm curious about that.
We'll have to look into that, because I don't know to that detail either yet.
We'll just yell at Daniel about it.
Well,
Matros.
we can talk about, we can talk with Daniel Matros here and actually after this map change.
Yeah, that's right. So now right here, who are you taking a look at? Because I have a couple good players on my end. I'm looking, Delta Squad, as a matter of fact, is pretty much crushing it, but they all died, unfortunately. And Delta Squad on Alpha Team and Bravo as well. So both Delta Squads are doing reasonably well. I'm on board with Alpha 5 right now. As you can see, he's going to try and see if he can get his kill on here, as he's able to pick up a couple kills. And what is that scope he's using, actually? It's going to be the, he's using the magnifier with the Cobra RDS. I like that. That's actually a really cool hook up there with that AK-5C.
See if he switches over to it right now, currently utilizing the red dot sight, leaping over a little parkour for you.
Yeah, right? It's always cool. And actually, this guy knows what he's doing, so I got to give him credit there. He's pacing his shots wonderfully, getting the angles that he needs.
Probably one of the YouTubers right now.
Could be.
Any players that are currently Alpha 1 through 5 should be YouTubers. Here also at Gamescom, they're allowing them, these YouTubers or any high-level media, to basically record any information that they want so they can capture gameplay.
Nice.
So that's how you're getting gameplay there at home.
Yeah, besides us, of course. You know, we've been showing this for like 4 days now, Corey. We have one more day left. Man, I've never done a convention for this long, and it certainly has been awesome. And look at this guy, Alpha 5, just tearing it up, finding players all over the place. He is going to get taken out there, and that was going to be by Bravo 3. But let's go back to the Alpha Squad, guys. Let's see, or the Alpha 1 through 5s. Let's see what's going on with them. Well, actually, Alpha 11's doing pretty well. Alpha 5 is doing the best, but Alpha 11's doing pretty solid.
Yeah, so here we go. Take a look and seeing how well. I've actually been having a really tough time piloting around.
Really?
But we'll see. I mean, look how effective it's happening right now.
I like that random bullet chart. Well, I mean, bullet hole right in the glass. It's awesome. So you can see the bomb carrier right there as he's able to take him out. So that was going to be Alpha 8 here in the chopper. He's using that Z11W, of course, and really just being super effective with that, getting good angles there, taking out anyone that manages to move over. You saw a squad spawn as well, and Alpha 11, or Alpha 8, excuse me, able to pick up a couple there. Bomb was picked up, dropped once again, and this helicopter man is doing a phenomenal job of giving cover to that bomb slide. You can see all of those triangles inside of that building right in front. Wow.
All right, so as we just
audience, not just a casual audience. You need people who want to learn more.
Hardcore in a terminology of saying avid gamers,
Yeah,
not
avid gamers, exactly.
not hardcore game mode.
No.
I know that I knew that may get mixed up between some, but that's again.
Yeah.
All right,
you need to be a regular gamer. Or game regularly.
Right.
English is now a native language. Yeah, so you need to game a lot. You need to. These are the people who are most interested in the game, the balance and the weapons, how your movement feels, and so you need that. You need a large number of players. You need a feature set that supports broadcasting, where you can broadcast really, really well out. You need game modes that are fun, that are fast-paced, where the crowd is going like, this was the most awesome thing I've seen. You need that kind of stuff, where the multiplayer game mode tells a story.
Exactly.
That's the thing you need. Yeah.
This is where you and I can agree on. The fact is, kills are great, highlight reels are great.
Yeah.
But whenever you're talking about an event, it's about the storyline.
Yeah.
It's about character building. It's about just seeing an epic moment happen, where you have the commentators that explain this is what could happen, and it builds up that anticipation, and then from there, does it happen or does it not?
Exactly. So going back to the numbers, it's looking at the real world, man. IRL. It's difficult for teams to ship 16 people abroad.
I'm happy you realize that.
That's a lot of money, you know. So domination is tailored for 5 versus 5 and 10 versus 10. It's a very good game mode for that. And we've listened to the community. We looked back at Battlefield 42 and all the way up and talked to them, and they said 5 versus 5 is the best one for us. And financially, if you want Battlefield to grow as a competition, for, you know, if I'm a team playing Battlefield, and I want the team to grow financially, I want to be able to send the team around, I want to be able to be featured in these big arenas, I will put a 5 versus 5 team down. Not saying now that Battlefield cannot be played with a higher player count on different servers competitively. You can still do that. You can still play on other modes. You can still play domination with 16 versus 16.
Right.
That's still fine. But in regards to, you know, what we've heard from working with big partners, working with advisors and all that stuff, they keep telling us that 5 versus 5 is good. So talking to the esport teams as well. So, but yeah, as I said before, you can still play 32 versus 32, big matches, and still have prizes for it. That's perfectly fine.
Are there other game modes that we can anticipate that are going to be really
So we've got this other little game mode called Diffused. I can't really say too much about it.
You know, I want to just dive down deep into this.
Yes,
right?
It is very interesting. I have a lot of fun playing it and testing it, and I know we're excited to bring it out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, give me a moment, because I got to recollect my thoughts here again. Because I want to dive
down.
Don't yeah, any of the 5v5s always gets to me. I love the storyline. I think it's a great number.
Yeah.
Because as a director, I also do directing for live large events here, or large events in the U.S. Not here, large events in the U.S. And so I'm really about character building, talking about a story. So really just kind of building up a player. It's very difficult to kind of build up a player amongst.
I think one of the good things about Battlefield, going into the competitive aspects of it, is that it's not only locked. You can do domination is infantry only. You can still have big clan matches with vehicles. It's very dynamic. You can do whatever you want in a competitive aspect. You're not locked to anything. Spectator mode will be on all game modes. It's not game mode specific. It'll be on all game modes. It supports, 1 player to 64 players if you want to spectate that. It's all around.
All right, so my next question that I have to talk about, this again, now we're starting to get into it deep.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of, it's always a question, and whenever you talk about live events, is having the capability of having lands, having that ability. Can you kind of give your perspective on this?
Yeah. So to having lands and
to having land capabilities with BF4.
Yeah. So land mode it's a tricky one. We looked at it for a while, and releasing server files like that, it puts stuff in danger. It's easier to hack the game. It's easier to cheat. Crowd's going wild out there, Corey. That's for you, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So, in today's infrastructure, everything is going cloud. Everything is going cloud these days. And with a good service support there is, with a good broadband connections there are, we don't really see it necessary for LAN. Pings are going to be fine. That's what we feel.
Well, no, you're right. So in the past, we needed LAN. We had to have LAN because the connections weren't there. Mostly for me, when I played on LAN before, was because the connections were terrible. Exactly.
You could have if you lived in Sweden 10 years ago, you had like a 70 ping to UK.
Don't get me started.
Now if you live, now I live in Stockholm, I play in Germany, I have a 15 ping. It's nothing,
So that's one of the things. Again, I wanted to bring that out. I know people had the questions about LAN. I agree with you entirely, and that this is a hardcore, avid, competitive gamer. That's my perspective, and I agree with you on. We're there. Technology is there where we don't have to have this LAN network. We won't have to worry about any players randomly joining into a game. Everything's password protected. Just hop into a game. You're good to go.
Yeah.
So let's try to think of all the other different things that we can kind of talk about more about competitive gaming overall. Though, I mean, you've taken us in the right direction. I think there's really nothing that's kind of gone out of tune that that doesn't really scream competitive gaming.
So to sum it up for the teams who are watching this stream, I know a lot of esports teams are watching this stream. So to sum it up, 2 competitive game modes, an awesome spectator mode, but not only for you guys, you have to share it with amazing YouTubers who will create amazing videos. And that's pretty much it for the competitive aspect. And as I said, Battlefield is very dynamic when it comes to competitions. You can play competitively on other maps, other player accounts, with vehicles or without vehicles. You decide how you want to play.
Yeah, something again for those that are broadcasters out there, shoutcasters. Really like, again, is the tabletop view and being able to maneuver around. One of the great things is you can double click on a location. So right here we have the attack boat. We see Bravo 9. You get that picture-in-picture view down to the bottom left-hand side. You can either double-click or hit your first-person view.
Yeah.
I like to double-click, hopping directly in there into that first-person view.
Yeah.
You can see how effective it is. Last thing that I would like to mention about the spectator mode, well, Bravo 7, 30 and 9. Let's go ahead and hop on board with them and see exactly the reason why. And this is exactly why. Again, you just having these capabilities to always find the action. I think that's one of the most difficult things. And this is a 16v16 game. We also have Conquest that's happening at the same time here at Gamescom.
Yes.
And that's also 32 versus 32. It's so hard to really capture every bit of the gameplay, and so it allows you to have that overarching, being able to see everything, and then hop into that individual gameplay.
And I would like to say this is something we were taking very, very seriously now. I mean, this competitive aspect of it, listening to players' feedback, and players, people will ask for more features. We'll see what we do in the future. I say, like Lars Gustafsson, if you're trying to make everything, you wind up making nothing. You have to put, you can't distribute all your resources everywhere. You have to put all your eggs in one basket and you work from there.
Such a great
That's
approach.
one of the biggest lessons I've learned coming to DICE as well.
I mean, one of the things though that I love about all of the DICE developers is your passion.
Yeah.
And each one of you are passionate, not only just about the game, but also in your individual field and what you're really putting into the game. I think that's great. One of also the things to note too is that you're always trying to critique and make it better. I mean, every single day, I believe we've seen a new build, different changes to the game every single time that we've come out here every day at Gamescom.
I mean, coming out here, for 2 purposes. One is to give the crowd here at Gamescom an amazing experience. We want them to walk off and say, man, this game was really good. It has things I haven't seen before, like these huge waves you got going on over here. Like the dynamic maps we have, and things that just go boom. People like that stuff.
Things that just go boom.
Explosions, I believe they're called.
No, I like things that just go boom. It's so much better.
We need that, yeah. Yeah, one is for the experience, to let people play hands-on, to experience it for themselves, not just watch a trailer, but to maybe even reenact some of those moments. Other one is to collect as much feedback as we can, and then we've been walking around and we've been talking to the people who've been playing, talking to guys like you, and just collecting feedback on what to do. And
oh, they're making this way too easy on Bravo 12.
Wow, yeah, he fell like a sack of potatoes.
He's just shooting at whatever he can. That's his entire squad.
Yeah, I think he doesn't know that he's on his team.
They've been camping in this building the entire time. I think it's because the bomb spawns pretty nearby and one of the points, and so it spawned here last time, and so he's waiting for the bomb to respawn in this exact location.
He's firing at his teammates. I don't believe he really.
Well, these are not his teammates.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I didn't know it's a follow. See, good feedback right there.
It's your initial looking at the screen, and this is some of the questions that have been out there as well.
And I mean, color coding was one of the things at E3 that we took seriously, and obviously coming back here, I directly see now that we need to color code differently now.
Yeah, so and that's one of the things that I agree with is that it doesn't need to be your blue and oranges because that's what we use in game all the time. So it may have some purples and greens.
I mean, it's just about switching out colors. It's about trying different things out. You know, it's trial and error. That's what it is. That's about how it is to make games. In the end of the project, you optimize, you make it better, you polish, and hopefully, if you're really on your toes, you deliver a product that is outstanding.
So let's go ahead and I want to talk about this game mode Obliteration for just a moment here too. So one of the things that I noticed immediately is once you plant the bomb at any of the MCOM points, it takes about 10 to 12 seconds for it to explode.
Yeah.
What was the whole purpose behind that? Why would you want to deliver something like that?
gameplay, I guess. I haven't worked on Obliteration, but from my point of view, it's to maybe diffuse it, maybe have a team have the opportunity to diffuse it.
Well, so one of the things too, I think it's, this is what I was trying to mention earlier, is watching the way that players play the game. If the bomb plant, so 10 to 12 seconds is pretty quick, especially on these larger maps, these 16v16. One of the things that I was kind of getting to is if you make the bomb timer longer, so say 20 seconds, that allows teams to rotate and clash down onto that income point
and
way too quickly.
Then again, Obliteration, it's a challenge enough to go and plant. It's not very easy. It gets very chaotic.